In just under an hour, MPs will begin questioning Canada's defense minister and top soldier on the response to the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan. We're going to take you there live when it happens. Right now, though, we want to turn your attention to this country's efforts to resettle refugees. Since last August, more than 12,000 Afghan refugees have arrived here. That's after the feds promised to resettle 40,000 of them. That's what the feds originally promised last August. In frustration, some still waiting turned out in front of Canada's embassy in Pakistan earlier to protest their months-long wait to come here. Mohammad Younas Nasimi is one of them. He worked with the Canadian Armed Forces detecting bombs during the Afghanistan War. Hi, Mr. Nasimi. Good to have you back on our show.
Good to be here, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Just to remind our viewers, before I ask you about the protest, you and your wife and 6 children, I believe, have been living, just in one room, basically, since October, or from before then. But you've been waiting to come since October to Canada. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now that we have 2 rooms right now, because it was not possible to live in one room, and yes. Since October, we have been here in Islamabad, waiting for the visa.
And you have already, you have put your paperwork in and everything, right? You're just waiting right now.
Yes, I've done most of my paperwork. I've submitted my paperwork. We have done the biometrics. I even called the IRCC. They said eligibility is passed and also your criminality is passed and you're just waiting. So I don't know the exact steps since it's up to the ICC, but the much that I know, most of my paperwork and stuff are done.
And I know that the last time we spoke, you were expressing, a great deal of concern for your family and also frustration at how long you've been waiting for the Canadian government. Is that what led you to go to this protest today? Tell me a bit about why you wanted to be there.
Actually, ma'am, since it has been a long time, and we are not able anymore, to see all these children suffering. And right now, our concern is already it has been 8 months, and it's going to be pretty soon a year for these kids that they are their education and also food and stuff are different, but their education is most important because we want these kids. These are the future, and this was so. The concern right now is they are not getting their education and they're frustrated and it's affecting their mental health. So that's why we just came so we can go and do the protest and go to the embassy and let them know that it's very hard for us to live in such a situation.
And you're not alone in that feeling, right? From what I understand, there were about 200 people outside the embassy. Is that about right?
Yes, ma'am. It was about 200 people all together. We went there, and it was a peaceful protest. We had our words, our needs written on the papers and showed them on the one side of the road. We stayed in front of the Canadian embassy in Islamabad, and we wanted to see them and share our issues so they can solve it.
And were you able to talk to anyone at the embassy? Was there any response from people there?
The only people that we visited, they were Pakistanis personals at the embassy, and we requested them if there is any Canadians so we can explain all our issues so they can solve it. And when they came and then they went back to the embassy and they said, we will deliver your message. And after that, whenever, for the whole day long, we've been asking them, why is nobody coming? They said they are having a meeting regarding you guys, and they will come shortly. And at the end, something really brutal and unpleasant happened, that they called the Pakistani police, and they forcefully told us, we have to leave from there. And no more we will be able to go back there unless we are being permitted by a Canadian embassy, High Commission.
And what does it say to you that not only did nobody come out to talk to you, but that the police were called?
The thing is, ma'am, there are a lot of stuff. We were brokenhearted, went from there. The thing is, we went there peacefully. We didn't do anything that, according to the law, we have not broken any law. Peacefully, we were there. We were showing only the papers, and we were waiting by the gate. We did not do anything, illegal. And it was our right, since we are human and we are in suffering, and we wanted to deliver our message. There was nothing wrong with that. And the only thing we asked that we have to see a Canadian personnel so we can talk to them and share our concerns and issues and what we are being through. Because through emails and through phone calls, whenever we call, the only thing they're saying, your case is in process, and nobody were hearing us. So we thought it's a positive effect. Maybe it's a positive thing, so we can go there so they can see us. There are a lot of us living in limbo, and we don't know what's going to happen next. And all of them, most of them, like 99% of them are waiting here for almost 8 months. And what kind of paperwork is going to take that long for those people who served for your army, for your government in Afghanistan? So we just wanted to know what's going to happen next to us, because we are now fearing Pakistanis, because most of the Pakistani media and all of that, there are issues going on in Pakistan. And also we are hearing that those people who has no passport, pretty soon they're going to deport them back to Afghanistan. In a sense, like we came to Pakistan, like to survive. Put us back to Afghanistan. So most of us who work for the Canadian forces, the neighbors and everybody there, even the government of Taliban, they all know that these are the people that they left Afghanistan for the Canadians or for the US Army or whoever those people work for. And they have their names, and also they know where their houses are and their families are. So this was the only thing, like we can go and we can tell them that these are the threats and the things that we are facing, so we can share with them so they can give us visas.
Okay, Mr. Nasimi, I'm going to leave it there. We're losing a little bit of your connection, but thank you very much for sharing your perspective this evening, and please stay safe.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.